The CW has changed the Powerpuff Girls into the Powerpuff Wh0r3s. What's up, everyone? Jared from Patriots and Pop Culture here. I hope you're having a good day, because it looks like the CW is not having a very good week. After a 5-week hiatus on Superman and Lois, where it was replaced with Supergirl for those 5 weeks, whenever Superman and Lois came back, they lost almost half of their viewership, because you can't expect the same people who liked Superman and Lois to be okay with you replacing it with Supergirl, a show that is really, really bad and has just gotten worse as the seasons have gone on. And they didn't even hype up Superman and Lois coming back. There wasn't any real promotion for bringing it back, and the only reason it was gone for 5 weeks is because they had 5 episodes filmed and then they had to shut everything down last year for we all know why. So instead of delaying Superman and Lois and putting everything together, they decided they were going to still have it come out in January, run 5 episodes, and then go on a 5-week hiatus. Well, it looked pretty bad last week. Hopefully this week it'll be a lot better. Hopefully their viewership will have realized that Supergirl is no longer on, and it is in fact Superman and Lois. But every other superhero show on the CW right now is a flaming dumpster fire. Especially when you look at Batwoman, whose main agenda is to be a bunch of low-cut garbage and preach to people. They're in the 300,000 viewers a week range. They've lost over 2/3 of their viewers from whenever the season started. Nobody wants to watch it. It's god-awful. And it's not even necessarily the actor's fault. It's the writing. It's the preaching to people. But if you think that the CW couldn't get any worse than it already is, well, they're doing a Powerpuff Girls live-action adaptation, and it's going to be absolutely nothing like the Powerpuff Girls cartoon. It's these little girl characters grown up, and they have become absolute whores. And on top of that, we also have Naomi, another DC property, one that, as a DC fan, I've never even heard of, but is being brought to us by Ava DuVernay, so we must watch it or else we be racists. This article coming from Variety. Naomi, All-American spinoff ordered at CW. Powerpuff Girls pilot to get reworked off-cycle. The CW has given out series orders for the DC projects Naomi and All-American Homecoming, a spinoff of the high school football drama All-American. In addition, the network has decided to rework its pilot for Powerpuff, a live-action follow-up to the animated series The Powerpuff Girls. The show's 4 leads, Chloe Bennett, Dove Cameron, Yana Peralt, and Donald Faison, remain attached to the project, as does the remainder of the cast and creative team behind the show. The network will film a new pilot for the series off-cycle. The show generated significant interest from the time it was first reported as being in development and was seen as a strong contender for pickup going into pilot season. Naomi is based on a DC character of the same name, who was played in the series by Casey Wallfall, whatever. I'm bad with names. The show follows a teen girl's journey from her small northwestern town to the heights of the multiverse. When a supernatural event shakes her hometown to the core, Naomi sets out to uncover its origins, and what she discovers will challenge everything we believe about our heroes. And then it says, it's being produced by Ava DuVernay, who, by the way, had her DC film, The New Gods, canceled because nobody wanted to see it. Just putting that out there. And then blah, 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 a bunch of other people that nobody knows or cares about is involved in it. But enough about the Naomi garbage. Nobody's going to watch it. It might last 1 season. Maybe 2 because it's the CW and they don't know when to give up. I mean, they're giving Batwoman to season 3, so that pretty much tells you how tone deaf they are. But let's talk about this Powerpuff thing. How on earth are they going to make these little cartoon characters from Cartoon Network into these? It makes 0 sense whatsoever. And you may be asking yourself, why would a pilot have to get completely reworked? Well, they went direct to pilot without testing anything. And as soon as they showed the pilot to a test audience, which, by the way, they pick their test audience. They know what their demographic is. And even their own demographic said, oh, hell no, not doing this. The script for the pilot leaked out. And it's all over Twitter. It's in a bunch of news articles now. But I've got some screenshots of it that we're going to go through and see just how bad this pilot really was. Bubbles. Blossom's fine. I saw on her Insta that she has a boyfriend. I saw on her LinkedIn that she got promoted. And I saw on Facebook that she still talks to Grandpa despite their political differences. Uh-oh. Sounds like Grandpa's a alt-right Nazi. Buttercup. Coming back here is probably triggering for her. Bubbles. Why? Because she's the one who killed Mojo? I mean, moveon.org. Nobody in real life talks like that. Nobody. Okay, how about some lesbian references? Blossom heads upstairs where the bumping sound continues from Buttercup's room, then abruptly stops. Blossom opens the door and finds Buttercup in bed with Macy, the woman she's eyed at the bar the night before. They've just finished. I mean, did you know that your childhood cartoon heroes were lesbians? Of course they weren't. But this is what the CW does. This is what Hollywood does. They change everything. Once again, like I have to say in about every other video, they're just checking boxes and they don't realize that this is alienating fans who have been fans of these characters for a very long time. I personally don't give a crap about Powerpuff. I never watched the show, but I know a lot of girls who did. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, you have to force one to be a lesbian just to fit your agenda to check your boxes. No wonder your test audience said, I would have too. Newscaster. In the wake of Mojo's death, a once fringe group of anti-Powerpuff Girls activists have gained massive popularity in Townsville. I can't read any more of this one. Activists! Fight the power! Gina. Whoever that is. With all due respect, Mr. Mayor, Townsville is a candy-colored bubble of privilege and comfort. Ever since the creature attacks stopped, we're one of America's safest cities, and I don't think people are voting from a place of fear. Jojo, what about my pet monkey? That was meaningful in the last election. Gina, post Harambe, no one cares anymore. Bubbles. Guys, how can you turn down an evil recon mission? Especially when said mish could make a perfect storyline for my documentary. Bubbles is back. Buttercup. Not to be confused with your other film, Bubbles on Her Back. Okay, we get it, CW. You want them to be whores. We get it. See how many viewers you lose with that shit. You ain't gaining any. Buttercup. I can't believe they used to have sex. Can you imagine Drake? I bet he's so mechanical. Blossom. And weirdly precise. Bubbles. I bet he's generous. Why? Why? This was the Powerpuff Girls. This was a Cartoon Network show for kids. And I know the audience who watched that have grown up. But that doesn't mean that you have to turn these characters into little whores. The hell is wrong with you? Last one, I promise. Blossom, aren't we here to investigate? Buttercup, I'm here to pick up bi-curious townies. You're here to avoid Drake. Bubbles is here to investigate. But she forgot Butch hates her. Luckily, we're dealing with another hate boner, so alcohol helps. Blossom, why do you know so much about hate boners? Buttercup, life is one big hate boner. What the fuck is a hate boner? None of that dialogue made sense. None of it. This show was going to fail. And the fact that the previous article said that there was a lot of interest in this show whenever it was first announced and was easily going to get pilot is laughable. I don't know a single person who was excited about a live-action version of the Powerpuff Girls, especially whenever the cast was announced, and especially whenever they found out that it was going to the CW, of all places. Nobody is interested in this. This is, once again, just a bunch of Hollywood hot garbage. I mean, they've checked as many boxes as they possibly could. You've got bis and lesbians, and they even did a race swap. Buttercup is now whatever this is, looking like the president of the Demi Lovato and Heroin fan club, which, by the way, Demi Lovato currently looks like she's auditioning for a role in the live-action adaptation of Shrek. Who thought this show was going to be a good idea? Who thought this script was going to be a good idea? Because whoever that is, they need to never work in Hollywood again, because this is what's wrong with Hollywood. Specifically right now, this is what's wrong with the CW. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this? Do you think that Powerpuff on the CW is going to get reworked and actually work? Do you like any of that dialogue that was from that pilot script? And if you did, why are you on my channel? Let me know what you think, guys. Make sure to leave a comment, give a thumbs up. If you can, share the video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and hit the bell to get notifications on when we make another video, and we'll see you on the next video. Hopefully it won't be as much of a dumpster fire as what this one was about, but it probably will be. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as my kid says,
click on bell
to get notifications for upcoming videos.